Hello, today we're going to make Sauerbraten, which is a German pot roast. I've been told I'm making nothing but Italian dishes, so I thought today we'd go Untitled Chapter. Now the star of the show here is a nice big eye round. Okay, that's our primary ingredient. We're going to make a marinade now. You have to marinate this 3 to 4 days in the refrigerator, turning it twice daily. Since this eye round happens to still be frozen, I'm going to do it for a week. But 4 days is the best number. So this is the vessel I'm going to cook it in. This is the insert for my slow cooker / pressure pot. And it just fits the beef. This stuff over here is going to go in today. 1 week from now, through the magic of editing, we'll use this stuff over here to finish the roast. And I'll explain that when we do that. So here we go. We have 1 white onion. We're going to peel that thinly. 2 cloves of unpeeled garlic, which we are going to peel. And if you don't know how to do that well, go watch my video on basil pesto. I don't keep sugar in the house. I need one tablespoon of sugar, so I have a sugar packet. We have a carrot, 1 carrot. Red wine vinegar. 2 cups of water. Salt, pepper. Whole cloves, whole black peppercorns, and bay leaves. So we're going to go in the pot first with 2 cups of water. And we're going to, I should have opened this before. Take that off. 2 cups of red wine vinegar. You can use a little more if you want. It goes right in there. 3 bay leaves. Go in there. Fair handful of black peppercorns. And about the same amount of whole cloves. Sugar. 1 ounce of sugar. You can do a little bit more. Not 1 ounce, sorry, 1 tablespoon. You can use more if you really like to, but I don't think it's necessary. That's waste. A couple of tablespoons of salt. This is sea salt that I use. You don't have to go crazy with the salt because you don't want to nullify the vinegar. About a large tablespoon of black pepper. Okay, and we're going to move this over to the stove. Start it on medium-high heat while I prep the vegetables. Okay, so now the water and vinegar and the other things are coming to a boil. I've got the onion thinly cut, carrot, pretty coarsely cut, doesn't have to be cut up fine or diced. The garlic doesn't need to be chopped. Just give it a little smush with a knife and just stick it in there. Turn this fire back up. You just want to bring this to a quick boil. So while the marinade's coming up to a boil, I'm going to show you what you're going to need for next week or for when you cook this. Like I said, 3 or 4 days at least marinating. This is salt pork. You can use bacon drippings or you can cook this down and use this to brown the roast in. I kind of like salt pork better than bacon. If you're going to use bacon, try to get the European style bacon, not the streaky bacon like we're used to. To thicken the sauce when we make it, I'm going to reserve some of the marinade, and we're going to crush up some ginger snaps, plain old-fashioned ginger snaps, and crush them finely and use them as a thickener for the sauce. Some sour cream, which is also going to go in the gravy. Sauerbraten is traditionally served with German potato dumplings. You can buy those as a mix in most supermarkets. That's what I'm going to be doing. My store didn't have it yesterday, so I'll have to get some. I've never made it from scratch. And it's also served traditionally with red cabbage. This brand is Aunt Nellie's red cabbage. It's very good. I recommend it. So these are for the actual cooking days. They're going to go in the fridge, except for the ginger snaps. This stuff over here we're all done with. We're going to do the roast in a minute. And let me get back over to the stove. So as you can see now, this has come to a boil. We're going to turn off the heat, like the pot over here. We're just going to let that cool down. It doesn't have to come down to room temperature, just we don't want to put the roast in there and have it start cooking. So just leave it sit until it cools down a little bit, and then we will put in the meat. Cut. Okay, so now I've taken this off the stove a while back, let it cool. Basically, if you can put your finger in it, it's cool enough. Oh, that's good. I'm going to add another tablespoon of sugar. It's supposed to be sweet and sour. I'm just going to put that in there. It never cooperates. Okay, give that a stir. And then we got our meat. We got the meats. I'm stealing Arby's thing. We're just going to submerge this in there. If my able camera assistant will move in closer and focus on the pot for a minute. So we're not able to quite cover this because it is an eye-round roast. Some recipes call for chuck. So we're just going to get it good and soaked in there. And we're going to be turning that twice a day. So now we take this roll of cheap aluminum foil and we cover the vessel. And crimp it up. Don't crimp it too tight. You're going to be taking it on and off twice a day. And this is going to go in the oven. No, it's not going to go in the oven. It's going to go in the refrigerator. And twice a day, 3 to 4 days, twice a day. You want to roll this around in the marinade. 4 days is best. Since this roast is frozen, as I said before, I'm doing it for a week. And we're going to the refrigerator now. And a week from today, we will shoot the unboxing or the cooking. So hang on for a while. Through the magic of editing, it's only going to take a second. See you later. Salt and pepper the roast. Helps if we turn the lights on, doesn't it? So we got to give this a couple of minutes for that fat to render down. And then we're going to brown the roast on both sides. At this point, start preheating your oven to 325. We're going to put this in the oven for 4 hours at 325 after we brown it. Now 1 week has passed because this was a frozen eye-round when I started this. So I let it go an extra couple of days. Normally 4 days is fine to marinate. 3 to 4 days, 4 is better. Turned it twice a day. And now we're gonna remove it from the marinade. Get some of this excess moisture on it. We're gonna save this marinade. Put it over there for right now. Put this roast here. I'm gonna cut off some of this fat. Just a little bit, I wouldn't need that fat cap. Try this. There we go. Just gonna drop that in the marinade for right now. We're gonna pat this dry with some paper towels. Peppercorn still stuck to it. While that's absorbing some of that, we're going to take into a large Dutch oven and take some salt pork. You can use bacon drippings. I like the salt pork better because it's not as smoky and it's more close to the original German way of doing this. And I'm going to put this over here. Start over a fairly high flame just to render the fat out. Now I've browned the roast on both sides with the drippings from the salt pork. I added a little canola oil too. Unfortunately, I forgot to push the record button. So I browned this roast well on both sides and then returned the marinade. I took out some of the excess grease before I did that. And now it's all set to go in the oven at 325 for 4 hours. There it is, 4 hours out of the oven. Look at that, perfectly cooked. I turned it once after 2 hours. I'm not going to proceed with the gravy and the potato dumplings tonight. Turned out to be a little later than I expected, so we'll put this in the fridge after it cools down. It's actually a little better the next day anyway, like most things. So there it is. We will continue on with the rest of the meal tomorrow. So now I've taken the roast out of the marinade, tented it. This is so fall apart tender that trying to slice it when it's hot is gonna it'll disintegrate. So we're gonna get this to room temperature and then slice it and reheat it in the gravy when that's ready. Now we're gonna move on to the next step. You can see I've taken the marinade and strained out all the solids. So we're gonna be making our gravy in this, for which we are going to need sour cream and 10 to 12 ginger snaps, which we're gonna smash the crap out of in just another moment. First, we're gonna make the dumplings. I decided to make potato dumplings instead of spätzle. This mix is by Pani. Nor, the people who make the soups and the bouillons and such, also have their own brand. I've never made this from scratch, so I'm going with this mix. Oh, this is made by Nor, as a matter of fact, it says right there. So if you can't find this in your supermarket, you can get it on Amazon. And we're gonna mix this with 2 cups of milk. And then we're gonna cook it in 2 quarts of water and 2 quarts of chicken stock. Or you can use just water. It's up to you. I didn't include the chicken stock in the beginning. So I'm doing this for the first time in a long time, so bear with me. Okay. Pour this in here. Making this from scratch can take a long time, so you gotta shave the potatoes and too much work for me. I'm a lazy son of a bitch. So I'm gonna mix this all together really well, try to make sure there's no lumps. And then we have to let it stand for 10 minutes. So we'll come back with that in a minute. See, it's nicely blended, there's no lumps. And now we're gonna let it sit for 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes have elapsed. This is firmed up. Got a piece of aluminum foil that I sprayed lightly with a little cooking oil so the dumplings won't stick. The water and broth are coming up to a boil, and this is where you get hands-on. You want to get in there, and you have to have moist hands. I forgot that. I have a paper towel here with water on it. And so with moistened hands, you roll these up. My hands are not moist enough. Hang on. So they're about 2 inches in diameter. Don't expect to get them perfect. For the sake of editing for time, I'll be fast forwarding this. Package directions says you'll get 6 dumplings out of this. This is going to actually end up being 5. Okay, and that step's done. This out of the way. Now I'm still waiting for this water and broth to boil. We're going to need to cook these for about 20 minutes. Out of the way a little bit. Get started on the gravy. So we want to bring this up to a boil. By the way, I should mention, yes, my stove is filthy because I've been cooking marinara sauce and Sauerbraten the last couple of days, and housekeeping comes in tomorrow, so I'm not cleaning the stove. So I'm going to wait for the gravy to come to a boil, and for this to come to a boil, then we cook the dumplings and finish the gravy. So the dumplings are just about done. I'm going to taste this now slightly cooled gravy for salt. I don't think it's going to need any. Oh my God, that's good. I'm going to add in the final ingredient, not too much, but a good dollop of sour cream, like that. Mix that all in. See, this is about the color you want your Sauerbraten gravy. It's like a light brown or a medium brown. Oh, that looks so good. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. You always want to make that the last thing you do when you're cooking just about anything. Taste it for salt, then. Getting ready to pull the dumplings out. These will only go in about 16 minutes, but we're going to try one. Okay, the fork's not coming out clean, so I'm gonna let them go for the remaining 4 minutes. Taste this too. That's absolutely fabulous. If I do say so myself, that's really good. And last night I picked off a little bit of the roast, and that was equally good. Okay, we're gonna test the dumplings again. Yeah, they're pretty much done. I'm going to continue to cook a little bit after I take them out of the water. So again, I've got a sheet of aluminum foil here, lightly sprayed with cooking oil. Start removing these dumplings, because once we tent them, they're going to keep cooking. Another thing you can do when you're making these is mix in a little fresh parsley. Gives it a nice look, a little color. I've seen that done before. One more. Okay, so we're going to tent these up to keep them warm. And continue cooking. Turn off that water. So now we're basically ready to slice the roast and plate it up. Oh, almost forgetting a very important ingredient. Red cabbage. That's right in the saucepan. Come on, Nelly. Yes, I'm using my fingers. All I have to do with this is heat it through. It's all cooked. I love red cabbage. So we're getting ready to eat. This will take a minute or two. And I will come back when it's ready to plate. Now we've plated it up. The roast, as I said, really began to disintegrate when being cut. It was so tender. Got our red cabbage and our potato dumplings, a little bit of pepper on them. And as the Germans say, das schmeckt gut. It tastes awfully good. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do share it. Give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you soon. Thanks.